The Heavy Civil Association of Newfoundland and Labrador is an organization that represents members' interests in meetings and discussions with government departments, agencies, municipal councils, engineering consultants, and the general public. They are your voice in the road construction, water and sewer, and heavy construction industries. With their partnerships, they connect people, goods, and services through reliable, innovative infrastructure to boost prosperity and well-being in Newfoundland and Labrador.
It's a great place to work, right? You're surrounded by dedicated people who love what they do, and we're serving the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. You gotta love it. We're bringing brands to the province that we're proud of, we'd use personally, so it really makes us really happy to be able to share that throughout the province. I think what's unique is our connection to the province, to the people we serve, and where we live. At the end of the day, all the equipment we sell is meant to keep the province moving.
Well, folks, welcome back to Gale Force Wins. We always say this is a special episode, but in fact, this is a very special episode because I'm with one of the sponsors for the Heavy Civil Association of Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you to Chris and Heather and the team there, but really thank you to the sponsor, which is Harvey and Company. Harvey and Company stepped up and has become the thought leader sponsor. They were already the silver sponsor, but they also want to sponsor thought leadership through Gale Force Wins, and for that, Kevin, I'm thankful. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, and we'll take this conversation from there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, first, we're absolutely happy and honored to do that. Harvey and Company, we're here to help the industry. At the end of the day, our job is to help people get out there and do the work, and so this really aligned with what we do.
Alan and I have done a lot of work in the mining sector, but that does not mean we know all these machines. We don't necessarily need to know the machines, and I'll tell you why. We want to talk to the people. This thought leadership that you've sponsored is going to give us an opportunity to dig deep into the Heavy Civil Association's key stakeholders, but also yours. Tell me a little bit about what it means to you to be a thought leader within the industry.
Well, what's important for us is Harvey and Company, and kind of as you can see here, you get a little bit of a look behind the curtain. This is where we stage our equipment before it gets pre-delivery inspected and kind of goes out. And we try to help our customers through truck, construction, and agriculture. So, we're heavily involved in the industry. And so for us, being the thought leader is really important because it helps us give back to the folks who depend on us day to day.
Well, it's interesting, one of the missions and the vision of HCANL listed on their website is providing reliable infrastructure. And you know what? I'm in awe of the people like yourself, and I look so forward to all the people we're going to talk to. Building reliable infrastructure in Newfoundland and Labrador is incredibly important. Wouldn't you agree?
Totally. Yeah. For us, really, it's a really exciting time in the industry now. You see all the growth potential ahead, and we just want to support that from the ground up to enable people to go out and do the great things they do.
Well, I look around the world and all the things that are happening, unfortunately, over in LA, and Newfoundland has such an interesting place. People don't like the weather, but I'll take this weather over that dry Santa Ana wind any day.
Absolutely.
But I also look at, some of the infrastructure that's been built over the years. Hurricanes are really starting to come a lot more than normal,
Yep.
So you guys are poised for that. The mining sector, the things happening in wind energy, there's so much happening, right? Tell me a little bit about team and what the team means to you. Your role is the Chief Operations Officer, correct?
It is. Yeah. And so kind of related to that, my job is to remove barriers for the team. That's all I do. I can't fix someone's machine. I am not the expert to help sell them, get them the right solution. My job is to make sure that if there's a barrier in the way of our folks being successful, I get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So team is everything here. I mean, one of the things you'll hear us say a whole lot is we're here to help. That's not just externally, that's internally. Kind of our job is how do we help, whether it's our technicians, a salesperson, one of our clerks in finance, how do we help them get their job done?
Tell me a little bit about Harvey and Company. What there may be some confusion for those not in the industry. Clarify a little bit of that and talk a bit about what the company means to you.
For sure. Harvey's a pretty popular name in St. John's. You know, we are not Browning Harvey who does Pepsi, A Harvey who's downtown. We are Harvey and Company. Our founder, Roger Pike, is really kind of our inspiration for everything we do. His daughter Lynn is running the company now. She's our president and CEO. Her job is strategy, make sure we're heading in the right direction. My job as COO, as I said, is to clear the way and make sure we get that done. So Harvey and Company, we're right across the province. We service customers from St. John's to Labrador to Port to Port.
Well, it's funny, you know, I've got 40 years experience in business development and car business and newspapers, and I'm not just a talking head. Alan and Sue others would laugh, but the moment I stepped into your facility, I told you, a young man by the name of Sam said to me, "Can I help you?" And I was like, wow, like, yeah, you can help me. And, you know, he guided me, and I automatically said, "You're in sales, aren't you?"
Yeah, well, you know, Sam, you know, one of our really kind of up and coming new sales people, and generation 3 of the Pike Group, who's learning the business from the ground up.
Yeah.
An exciting time to have him with us.
Well, look, I don't know Lynn. I did meet her father in many occasions, but and I didn't know Sam was who he was. You guys are doing right. He's only 20.
20.
Wow. You know, you're mentoring properly. Again, we are working together for the HCANL, the Heavy Civil Association, Newfoundland and Labrador. It's incredibly exciting for me, Kevin, growing up here and seeing what's happening. You know, just a little bit of a final point on the optimism. I tend to be optimistic and sometimes overly optimistic, but I get feedback from people like yourself about Newfoundland and Labrador. Talk a little bit about what you're seeing.
Oh my gosh, no, I am absolutely optimistic about the future. Similar to you, I think I've always had a bit of an optimistic streak in me. I graduated Memorial in '94, and at that time, you know, there didn't necessarily look like there was a ton of opportunity. But certainly over the past number of decades, you see that the quality of Newfoundlanders and how we work, and back to thought leadership, a whole bunch of super smart people in this province who are leading a lot of these projects. And when I see that and the projects ahead, I've got nothing but optimism. And I'll be honest with you, like I said, you saw Sam, 20-year-old guy who's got a great future ahead of us here. I've got 2 kids, one's 18, one will turn 21. And, you know, they see their future here, not somewhere else. So for me, that is really exciting.
You know, I love hearing that because I'm so optimistic. I have a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old, as we discussed off camera, and I'm really telling them all the time, and they're like, "Dad, will you give it up?" And I'm like, "I'm not lying. This is happening." Just a little bit about the show itself, I think, because Alan and I are entering into an industry that maybe not be familiar. What we're going to do for you and for HCANL is get people to come in and talk to us. We'll have a booth set up. We were talking with Chris Dunn about how we were going to do that. You know, what I would encourage anyone who, you know, key people that are doing business with you or potentially doing business to drop by the booth. You don't necessarily need an appointment. We've done 50 of these shows. So, you know, just touch a little bit on what you would like to see. He's giving me direction on camera now, so now I'm good with that.
I'm good at giving direction, as the folks will tell you. You know what, sort of for the show for us, the exciting part is we bring the whole sales team down, some of our parts folks, our service folks. It's a time to connect with the people we deal with every single day, kind of at the counter or in their yard. So just that connection is really important. From the perspective of this, what I'm really excited about as well is that it's one thing, you know, and I don't love being the person on camera, I'll tell you that right now.
You're doing a good job.
but what I'm excited about is hearing from our customers about what they see, where their businesses are going, what strategies they're looking to enact, and how we can help them get there. That for me is going to be the most exciting thing when I see what you guys deliver.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. Thank you for what you're doing for this province. It's just so exciting to see. You know, this is the sneak peek in behind the scenes. Very few people see this except the employees. What I'll last say to you is when you come and you sit at that booth, Kevin is paying for that. You get the benefit of a video that we will give to you fully edited for your marketing. Thank you for that. It's win-win-win in my opinion. So thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. It's a great place to work, right? You're surrounded by dedicated people who love what they do, and we're serving the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. You gotta love it. We're bringing brands to the province that we're proud of, we had used personally. So it really makes us really happy to be able to share that throughout the province. I think what's unique is our connection to the province, to the people we serve, and where we live. At the end of the day, all the equipment we sell is meant to keep the province moving.
The Heavy Civil Association of Newfoundland and Labrador is an organization that represents members' interests in meetings and discussions with government departments, agencies, municipal councils, engineering consultants, and the general public. They are your voice in the road construction, water and sewer, and heavy construction industries. With their partnerships, they connect people, goods, and services through reliable, innovative infrastructure to boost prosperity and well-being in Newfoundland and Labrador.